I'm getting a lot of requests about that, from beginners. There's no question too basic, okay? You Trading Challenge students, we have a webinar in about 2 hours. I expect you to come prepared with questions. So let me first talk about this. Actually, let me show you Interactive Brokers first, because I think my web trader is going to time out there, and I don't want you to miss out on that. So I use Interactive Brokers and Etrade. Here's Interactive Brokers. I have a little over $500,000. This is my larger account. I'm up, I don't know what, like I put in 10,000 to start the year, and then I put in 500,000. So I'm up like 8,000. But I haven't really been using the $500,000 account that much. I've been really focused on my smaller account, which is Etrade. Let me just go into the order management right here. So I use WebTrader. I'm old school. I don't use any fancy software. I'll give you an example of a stock that I've been buying recently, WATT. They've been rumored to be working with Apple. We still have no confirmation on the rumor, so I have no current position, but I was buying it, last week in the 5s. Sold it a little too soon before it went to the 7s. Now it's back at 675. Another article came out yesterday. If I wanted to buy it, this is what I would do. You have two choices on Interactive Brokers, buy or sell. Quantity is the number of shares. Limit price, I always use limit, okay? You have a lot of different order types here. The only one I ever use is LMT, limit. I specify the price that I want it. I never use market orders. I know a lot of you have gotten comfortable using market orders because you just want your orders executed fast, which just means you throw out your money at whatever price someone is willing to sell it. And I think that's the dumbest, riskiest move in the world. Sometimes I miss stocks because they're moving too fast and my limit order is too low, but I do not lose. You always have to focus on protecting your blind side before getting so greedy. I don't mind missing a stock as long as I specify the price at which I'm getting in. You don't go to the grocery store and pick up a gallon of milk and just say, here, take my wallet. Whatever you guys want for this gallon of milk, I'll trust you. The grocery store will take $50, $100, $200, $500, whatever is in your wallet, when a gallon of milk really should just be $3 or $4. And that is a limit price. The world works on limit prices. Only really newbies and financially naive and greedy addicts use market orders. And that's why I think Robinhood is the single most dangerous broker in the world, because they really try and get people to use market orders. They don't charge any commissions because they're making money on giving you shitty executions. And I guarantee you that you're losing $20, $50, $100, $500 getting a worse execution at Robinhood than paying a small commission at Interactive Brokers or Etrade. Here's just the limit price. It's currently like 672. I don't really actually want to buy the stock, so I'll put my limit much lower than what the current price is. I just want to show you how to put in these orders. Day, GTC, OPG, or IOC. I don't even know what OPG or IOC means. Day or good till canceled are the two orders that I use. I'm going to use a day order because I only want to buy, normally I only want to buy a stock that day because it's either a technical breakout or there's some new news. Good till canceled is what I use sometimes when I'm short selling a pump and I just want to have my orders in there just in case Interactive Brokers finds shares to short. I'll give you an example. I actually do have some GTC orders open right now on XLIT, which is a blatant pump, and so I don't change these prices. I don't change these orders. If Interactive Brokers ever get shares to short, ideally they will execute me. This happened the other day and I made, I don't know, like $500 or so. Nothing huge, but when you know that there's a pump and you know that it's going to collapse, it's kind of cool. So here's what I would put in. Limit order 610, which is just a totally random price because I don't want to actually get executed. Normally, if the bid and the ask are 672 by 677, if I'm going to buy a stock, there's a reason. There's news. I'm aiming for a morning spike. I don't want to try and buy it right at the bid. Well, the bid just came up to 677. But I don't want to try and save a few cents a share on the bid. I know a lot of people, they're like, oh, I don't want to pay full price. I like saving an extra 2 cents a share. For me, I'm not worried about a few cents a share. I don't want to miss the trade because if I'm buying it, again, I think that it can move 10, 20, 30, 50%. There's a reason. So I don't give a shit about an extra few cents a share. I'm just going to put in the limit order at 610 right now just for an example. But here's what I would do. Preview the order. My commission would be $1 on this one because I'm only showing 100 shares. But this is what I would do. I would put in my order and I would click submit order. That is how you put in an order on Interactive Brokers WebTrader. They have many other softwares. WebTrader is free. It's very basic. It's web-based. This is what I use. So limit order, specify your limit price, the ticker, and your quantity. Don't try and bet too big. Just because I have $518,000 in my account doesn't mean that I'm going to buy 85,000 shares. What would that equal? That would be too much. Okay, but I'm not going to bet that big. Okay, let me modify my order. I really only buy like a few thousand shares. Don't bet big, especially in this market in 2016. Let's get to Etrade for a second. I'm watching the same stock here, Energys. You can put in an order. I'm sure that they have mobile apps and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of putting in orders at mobile apps. My finger is kind of klutzy, so I don't want to put in like the wrong kind of order. But normally I would just click this, buy right here, and here we have 4 different types. So at Interactive Brokers, you either buy or sell. And if you bet on a stock going lower, they don't have a sell short button. It's just a sell button. It basically means the same thing. Either you're selling and you have a position, which would, if you buy 1,000 shares and then you sell 1,000 shares, your position is back to 0. If you sell short 1,000 shares and you have no prior position, you're negative 1,000. Selling short, I know it's confusing, but you're taking a negative position in the stock because you're betting on the stock going lower. With a stock like Energys that's rumored to be working with Apple, I would not sell short this. You might make some money, but if they do ever confirm that they're working with Apple, you will get destroyed on your short position. So I'm more likely to buy a stock like this, although again, I would caution against being too aggressive on rumors until they confirm that they're actually working with Apple. We don't know. But here is just an example. Again, market on close, limit, stop on quote, all this stuff. I only use limit order. I don't like trailing stops. I don't like any of that. I am old school. I like limit order. Right now it's 667 by 670. Again, I don't want this to get executed, so I'm just going to use a limit price that's much lower than the current price just to show you. But here is how you preview your order. This would be my order. Basically, the commissions are $10 here with Etrade. So Interactive Brokers, I actually like. I don't know. I don't know which I like more. Interactive Brokers is better for stocks trading under $2 a share. Etrade, I think, has better shorts for stocks trading between $3 and $10 a share. And you can pretty much use any broker for buys, except Robinhood, where I think you're going to get screwed on the executions, even if you think that you're saving $5 or $10. Don't even get me started. I get frustrated every time I think about this. These bastards who are marketing to financially naive people. Oh, don't pay any commissions. We'll just screw you on your executions. They don't say that publicly. But from people that have Robinhood accounts, I've heard that. So be very, very careful on Wall Street. Everybody is trying to screw you. Okay? The reason why you can trust me is because it's in my own best interest to make you a motherfucking millionaire. My business grows every time I have new millionaire students. That's why I love it. And I also love creating millionaires. Forget business, It's also a very fulfilling thing for me. So I'm not ashamed to admit that you're paying me to learn about the stock market. And I am accepting your money because it's in my interest to make you successful. Our interests are aligned. Brokers do not have interests that are aligned with you. They don't care if you make or lose money. In fact, they're happy if you lose money because probably you're over trading, racking up commissions, and they make money on that. So trust people whose interest it is to see you succeed, not to overtrade or to gamble away like 90 to 95% of traders do. Anyways, rant over on that. So these are the multiple things that you have to worry about. Your position size, again, bet small. You multiply your shares times the current price to get how much it's costing plus the commission. So it's trading at 670, but I'm actually trying to put my order in at 650. You would never see me do this. I'm never trying to save 10 or 20 cents a share. If I want to buy a stock, I'm buying it on the ask because I think that it's going to move up for a very specific reason. But just for this example, how do you get to this $1,300 number? Well, $6.50 times 200. Let's get out the old calculator here. 200 times 6.5 equals $1,300, and then they're adding the commissions. So when you see your estimated total cost on Etrade, think about that because you could lose it all, okay? It's never happened to me. It probably never will because I trade like such a coward, but Stock trading is dangerous. Penny stocks are dangerous. If Energis ever says, you know what, we're not working with Apple, or the feds come in and bust them and just say, this company has lied about their technology, you would theoretically lose all of your money. So whenever you're betting anything, understand this is a risk, okay? And remember that most traders lose in the stock market. Too many students are not trading cowardly enough. I see other people in other chat rooms and other newsletters, and they blow up. They lose 50, 75, 100% of their money after taking small gain, small gain, small gain, small gain, and then they forget that this is real money and this is at stake. So never forget that. And this leads me to paper money. If you are too afraid to trade, it's okay. You don't have to use real money. This is an example. This is simulated trading from Thinkorswim. It's totally free, and it clearly says, look, these values are simulation. I don't have $200,000 at Thinkorswim. I don't have any money at Thinkorswim. They used to be one of my favorite brokers, but then they got acquired by TD Ameritrade, and now I don't think they're that good for short selling. But this is a good platform for simulated trading if you just want to practice. So again, we have Watt, the same stock that I'm watching on the other platforms right here. You see, on simulated trading, they don't care about limit orders because they just want you to get in the stock. So you actually only have the option of buying at the market or selling at the market. So I'm going to buy at the market just to show you what this looks like. So here's what they show you. Buying 100 shares, again, this is the same kind of thing, shows you $675. Oh wait, what was my other one? I was trying to buy 200 shares, right? Here's a little plus or minus, so you can increase your position size or decrease it. So I want to show you the same kind of trade. Here's 200 shares. Damn it, I need to edit it. Why is it not taking it? I don't know how to, I don't even use paper money, but you might be able to tell that. But this is what you would basically do. I'll just buy 100 shares just to show you what it looks like. So let me send this. Where's my 100 shares? I've never used this platform, by the way, just so you know, so you don't think like, oh, he's a teacher, but he doesn't know shit. I've never used this. Normally, I would just want to buy 100 shares. Where's my trade? See, it says this is a simulation, not a real trade. When market orders, the prices change. Yes. Buy me 100 shares. On another platform, it would actually show with your positions. So this is embarrassing for me. But anyways, it doesn't matter. The point is, that is what you do. You want to click buy at the market or limit order, ideally, if you can have it. I really, really want to caution against this kind of thing where you buy at the market. I know it's just simulated money, and you shouldn't really even care because it's not real, but I want you to practice good habits. I wish that they had limit orders, but I guess they don't. So what can you do? Where's my account? Did I buy it? I know how to trade in my Etrade and Interactive Brokers account. I don't know how to buy it on this. Buy me my shares. Auto send with shift click. These are my fake accounts. Oh, I did buy it. Oh no, why? Why did I get rejected? It says in the corner here, no trade. Why did I get rejected? You can't even see it. I can't even change the screen. Oh, you can kind of see that it says rejected here. Maybe I didn't set up my paper money account the right way. There's a note. Why? Thinkorswim, you're not helping your case here. This is all live. Anyways, I'll do another video on how to buy on paper money. I guess I don't know that stuff that well. I know how to put it in order on E-Trade, but that's what you have to think about. The limit price, good for the day, good till cancel GTC is only when, you want to try and short a stock like a pump and dump, and you want the order to last over several days, because I don't know when Interactive Brokers is necessarily going to find shares to short of XLIT, which these are live orders. So I just put in a few orders just in case Interactive Brokers find shares to short. Because I know XLIT is a pump, I know it's going to drop, I would not put in just a random good till cancel order on any buy. I don't want to buy any stock that much. I don't know if any stock is going to necessarily make it. This GTC order is only when I'm betting against pump and dumps. And in order to bet against pump and dumps, in order to short sell them, you need to find a borrow from your broker. And unfortunately, you know, there's not always borrows available. That's the bad news about my strategy. I have a whole music video called "No Borrow, No Cry." No borrow.